Hello, dear viewers! This week, we're diving into a step-by-step tutorial where you'll learn how to create animated technical illustrations that explain mechanical systems using only PowerPoint, with no plugins or external software. Let's begin with the pulley. First, go to the Insert tab and draw a circle with a diameter of approximately 4.2 centimeters. Then, duplicate it by holding down the Ctrl key and create a second circle, this time resizing it to 1.7 centimeters. Finally, add a third circle and scale it down to 0.6 centimeters. Now, select all the circles, align them to the center and middle, then group them together to form the pulley. Now, choose an appropriate fill color for the pulley, something that gives it a realistic metallic or plastic look. Then, go to the Shape Effects menu, select Bevel, and set the dimensions as follows. Width, 35. Height, 25. For the rope, we'll use the shape called Rounded Rectangle. Set the length to 12 centimeters and the width to 0.5 centimeters. Then, apply a gradient fill with 5 stops, 3 dark tones, white in the center, and a light color at the end. Then, apply a linear gradient fill with an angle of 0 degrees. Finally, set the rope's outline to match the darkest shade. And don't forget, the rope should always stay in the background. Make a copy of the rope by pressing the Control key while dragging it. Then, rotate the copy to match the angle of the slide. A rope length of 23 centimeters is more than enough. Now, we simply adjust the position of the pulley so it aligns with the final direction of the pull, always taking the slide's angle as our guide. Once the rope is sent to the back, drag it slightly backward to get it ready for the animation to begin. Now, make another copy of the rope by holding the Control key. This time, make it shorter, around 5 centimeters. Then, rotate it to a vertical position. This will represent the hanging part of the rope. Now, let's visit the website, pngwing.com, to find an image of a hand holding a rope. It's a free website and perfect for this kind of element. Use the crop and rotate tools to adjust the hand's position so it looks like it's pulling the rope. Then, use Bring Forward if needed to place the hand correctly above the rope. Take your time to make the alignment look natural. To complete the background with a support ceiling, add a rectangle across the top of the slide. Choose a suitable color that fits the scene and make sure to send it to the back. This will serve as the ceiling holding the pulley. Before starting the animation, select and group all the elements that will move together. This will make the animation process much easier and more organized. To group the elements, right-click and choose Group, or use the Group option from the Home tab. To draw the pulley bracket, simply insert a rounded rectangle shape. Set the height to 5 centimeters and the width to 1.3 centimeters. This will give you a clean and simple base for the bracket. Insert a circle with a diameter of 0.9 centimeters. Place it at the center of both the pulley and the pulley bracket. Using the Align tools, choose Align Center and Align Middle. Then, go to Merge Shapes and select Combine. Finally, add some depth using the bevel effect, and choose a metallic color of your choice for a realistic finish. This gives the bracket a solid, mechanical look. By choosing a small hexagon from the Basic Shapes menu, with a height of 0.5 centimeters and a width of 0.6 centimeters, you can create the look of a screw head. Apply a 3-point bevel effect to give it depth and a more realistic finish. Place it at the center of the bracket, and optionally, add a soft shadow for extra detail. Now we can start the animation process. Select both the hand and the rope, then go to the Animations tab and choose Lines. From the red endpoint, drag the motion path so it follows the rope and ends near the corner of the slide, in line with the pulling angle. Make sure the movement feels natural and smooth. To hide the remaining part of the rope, simply create a white rectangle with no outline and place it in the background, between the pulley and the rope. Make sure the rectangle fully covers any excess rope to keep the animation clean and polished. This clean masking technique completes the first part of our animation. For the second part of the rope, repeat the same steps, but this time set the motion path to move upward. This will simulate the rope being pulled from above, in sync with the hand's movement. Make sure both animations are perfectly synchronized for a smooth and realistic result. To rotate the pulley, simply apply the spin animation. Set the duration to 3 seconds and adjust both smooth start and smooth end to 1 second each. And don't forget, all movements, including the rope and the pulley, should be perfectly synchronized over the same 3-second interval. To change the rotation direction, go to Effect Options, then navigate to Direction, and select the desired rotation. Let's now add a weight to the pulley. Start by drawing a rectangle with the size 1.8 by 3.8 centimeters. Make sure it's positioned right in the middle of the rope. Next, choose a metallic color and apply a bevel effect. For example, top 21 point, bottom 16 point. Now, add a small ring shape above the weight. Duplicate the weight, then attach it to the ring. Finally, send the whole group to the back, so it sits naturally behind the rest of the scene. To create the knot where the rope connects to the weight, simply copy 2 small segments of the rope, rotate and overlap them in a crossing pattern. This will simulate a realistic knot and add a nice touch of detail to your illustration. Small touches like this make your animation look much more professional and visually convincing. Now, group the knot and the weight together to form a single object that can be moved easily. To animate the whole assembly, simply copy the rope's motion path and paste it onto the weight group. Both will now move in perfect sync. For the second pulley, start by duplicating all the elements you've just created and paste them to the right side. Group them together to make manipulation easier and remove any existing animations. Next, rotate the entire group so that the ring appears to be attached to the ceiling. Then, ungroup the elements to prepare for individual adjustments. To hide the part of the rope that extends outside the pulley, copy the white rectangle, place it over the edge, and resize it to neatly mask the unwanted section of the rope. Select the hand illustration and rotate it into the proper position so it realistically holds the rope in this specific setup. For the animation, simply select the pulley, choose a line motion path from the Animations tab, and direct it upwards. Then, copy the same motion to the rope and to the white masking shape. Finally, Make sure all these movements are perfectly synchronized to maintain a clean and realistic animation. Add a bent arrow from the Insert tab to create the end segment of the rope. Then, use the Format Painter to copy the style from the existing rope and apply it to the arrow. This will match the colors and line style perfectly. Next, adjust the gradient stops, pushing them to the left until you get a white highlight in the center, simulating a rope's texture. Now, rotate the arrow to point toward the hand and position it in place of the small rope segment. Finally, copy the animation effect from the pulley and apply it to the arrow as well. Then send it to the back so it fits naturally into the scene. Select the pulley bracket, then create a duplicate by holding the Control key. Use the Flip Vertical option to mirror it and place it onto the second pulley to complete its structure. You can adjust the position of the entire assembly by selecting it and moving it upward in order to leave enough space below for the load. To create the hook, insert a block arc and adjust it to form a thin 3/4 circle. Before that, copy your load, but without the small attachment ropes, so you can use it as a reference to match the hook's dimensions. Then, insert a rounded rectangle and use the Merge Shapes feature to unite the two parts, forming a clean and realistic hook shape. To make the animation more realistic and professional, we'll insert the hook inside the ring. Start by drawing a rectangle, then duplicate the hook to cover the back part that would normally appear sticking out beneath the ring. Now, select both shapes, go to Merge Shapes, and choose Fragment. Delete all the unwanted parts and keep only the small piece that represents the hidden section. Next, copy the style from the load using the Format Painter and apply it to both the main hook and the small cutout segment. After choosing a suitable color, layer the parts. Send everything to the back except the small cutout, which should remain in the foreground to simulate depth. To enhance realism, you can duplicate the bolt and place it at the connection point. Finally, copy the pulley's animation and paste it onto all these new elements. And don't forget to synchronize their movements for a clean, unified animation. You can now add any text you like and animate it to follow the motion of the pulleys and the rope. Simply copy the appropriate animation, double-click it, then click on the text you want to apply the animation to. This will ensure a smooth and synchronized movement across all elements. And now, it's your turn to get creative. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more powerful tutorials. If you've enjoyed this project, leave a comment and tell us what you'd like to build next. All in PowerPoint.